Hi everyone, author Kelly Cameron here, and I am going to read a couple more excerpts, this time from the first book in this series, The Broken Head Hearts. This one is Menagerie à Trois, and it's a very off-the-wall comedy, spicy book that's a little different because that's kind of my sense of humor. So I'll read the back copy first so you have a clue what it's about, and then I'll read my first excerpt. Dubbed the Cat Lady by her roommate, Cat Monroe admits to an ulterior motive for rescuing strays, a chance to visit the cute Dr. Evan Cole at the vet clinic. He makes her heart purr as much as her kittens do. Determined to ask him out before he thinks she's some crazy cat woman, Cat works up her courage for the next visit. Evan Cole doesn't see many females other than the animal variety at his veterinary clinic. Always a believer that the right woman will walk into his life someday, he made everything else, vet school, his career, a priority over searching for love. But from the day Cat Monroe walks through the door with a stray feline rescue, his heart beats to see her again. His dilemma: how to create the perfect romantic date when you're clueless about dating. When they finally go on a date, disaster strikes at every turn. Will they be able to handle the menagerie, or will they decide that more isn't merrier? Evan coughed and sputtered. "What the hell, Greg? You sent me a sick horse?" Greg shook his head. "I figured she was over this by now. I'm sorry. Now I understand why she's moving so slow." "Why haven't you asked me to come out to the farm to see her?" Evan demanded. Greg shrugged, waving a hand in front of his face. "It wasn't this bad a day or so ago. In fact, I thought it was something she ate, and it seemed to go away." Sheepish, he eyed Evan. "I could use your expertise." Evan sighed. "We have to get her home. Get her trailer, and we'll go from there." Greg tipped his cowboy hat and jumped down from the carriage. Kit pulled up in her car and got out. Staring at the diarrhea on the ground in disbelief, she let out a long, slow whistle. "Well, you didn't turn into a pumpkin." "No, but everything literally went to shit," Evan mumbled. "This is by far the worst date in the history of dates." "I am so sorry, Cat." Greg got a shovel from the bed of the pickup and pushed the pile of crap to the side of the road as best he could. Then he jumped into his truck and yelled out the window, "I'll be back as quick as I can." Cat got another whiff of the stench and tried not to choke. "That really is the worst. I can't believe he sent a sick horse to pull my date to our date." Evan heaved a sigh and hopped out of the carriage to pace alongside it. Muttering to himself, he began to check things off a list. Cat observed him with bemused interest. As agitated as he was about their date not going well, his concern for the horse melted her heart. She cleared her throat to get his attention. You could make that list on your smartphone? That way, when you get to the clinic, you'll remember exactly what you need to get so you can do all your tests out at Greg's place." Gratitude shone in his eyes. "Thank you. Yes, good idea." And with that, he fished his phone from his pocket and began to type. Cat admired his dedication, yet couldn't help but be disappointed that the date had turned out to be a total bust. She bit her lips, fighting back tears. After all the vet visits and awkward flirting between them, she'd finally scored a date, only to be upstaged by a horse with gastrointestinal issues. The vile stench wafted to her nostrils, and she fought a gag. "At least I have an excuse to cover my real tears." She sniffed and swiped the tears away with the back of her arm. Strong hands gripped her forearms, and she looked up into Evan's concerned face. "Are you okay? I am so sorry," he offered, genuine remorse shining in his eyes. "I don't want to leave you, but I have to help Greg with the horse. It wouldn't sit right with me if—" Cat framed his face in her hands. "Go, I'll be fine. She needs you more than I do right now." He pressed his forehead to hers. "I doubt she needs me more than I need you." He embraced her and fit his body to hers. His erection pressed into her belly, and she blinked up at him in surprise. Evan nodded at her. Oh yeah, even horseshit won't make this go away. Kat stuttered. We haven't even, well, finished our date and you, well, what are you suggesting? Evan kissed her hard on the lips. I'm suggesting that sometime in the future I want to take care of this hard on by pleasuring you all night long. Kat barked a laugh. Ha! Well, I'll hold you to that, mister. All night long, she muttered. I'd like to see that. Challenge accepted, after dinner, of course. He kissed her forehead, then looked over at the sound of a truck approaching. In record time, Greg had returned with the horse trailer. Evan released Kat and strode over to help Greg. What are you going to do with the carriage? Kit called out.